I think it can be a dangerous precedent, but if they're going to penalise them, then just be consistent. That was after Melbourne.
That was after Melbourne. You were fresh as.
Yeah, real fresh.
All right.
Fresh as Nedd's underpants after running across Australia. Well, there's one advantage of being on the drink at a pub.
Don't you worry, mate.
Producers, any show. These
boys are fair dinkum enjoying themselves.
What are these animals doing?
On TV and late at night.
Fittler! He scores!
I'm just like, I'm not a fighter.
Maybe God has come to Marathon.
Ladies and gents, whatever you're going to do it well and do it large.
Yes, hello and welcome to another episode of Freddy and the Eighth, proudly brought to you by Sportsbet. As always, gentlemen, good to see you. Brad Fittler, Andrew Johns.
Oh, hey, Danica.
I'm good. How are we? How are we feeling?
Good.
We're only a few weeks out from the grand final.
Yep.
Had some
Coming to the end.
great
What a
finals
weekend it
matches.
was.
Yeah.
What a weekend.
It's a great week. Great.
Build up.
It was a great Friday night in Melbourne for myself.
We'll get stuck into that a little later on in the show.
You were good.
You were great.
Round the
Vintage,
clock back.
Yeah.
I've understood why you are immortal status in our game.
And really, that was kindergarten stuff.
Was it? Okay, all right. There you go. Room for improvement. All right, we've got a huge show coming your way as well here on Freddy and the Eighth. We've got some very special guests. Scotty Cam's joining us on the couch. Nedd Brockmann as well. Plus, we'll be reviewing what was a fantastic weekend of finals footy and then previewing all the matches to come as well. But before we get stuck into anything, I want to speak to you guys about a big night that happened earlier on in the week. Monday night, the two of you inducted into the Hall of Fame at Accor Stadium.
It was awesome. It was a fantastic night. I've got to say the weather was beautiful. As you can see, the setup was beautiful. Being in and amongst some incredible people, not just athletes. George Ellis, the conductor,
How good was that?
he was fascinating to watch the whole night. A good story about him later we'll share with Scotty Cam, but it was just a wonderful night. And I think both of us were a bit fangirled with Kathy Freeman. So it was all fanboy, is it? Well, of course, she's a girl. Are we fangirls?
You're not a chick, are you?
No, but I thought,
No,
of
but
course,
you're
we like it's a
fangirling
girl.
them, yeah.
We're
I don't
fangirling.
get that.
Anyway,
The young kids talk these days.
but when I look back at the Olympics, you know, it was an incredible time of my life, so special. And then to have Thorpe and Kathy, who I thought really set the joint apart. They were the ones that really stood up for Australia, I felt. You know, there's plenty of other gold medal winless, but having them two there was awesome.
They're iconic. And you've actually brought in your Olympic torch.
So I ran the torch, and it was an incredible experience. It was like an out-of-body experience. I remember I lit the cauldron at Parramatta, and I ran up over the top of this outdoor amphitheatre, and there was a great build-up. It got more and more exciting, and people were getting behind it. And then when I come over the top, it was packed. There were thousands of people, and I had all my family there. And I've always thought I'd love to get them two to sign it, Kathy Freeman and Ian Thorpe. And I was so nervous. I don't think I've ever asked anyone for an autograph unless it was for someone else. I don't think I've got anything autographed. But James Bracey actually broke the ice. He was fantastic and got it signed.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That's very cool.
Two of our greatest Olympians. Like what Kathy achieved is probably the greatest Australian Olympic moment, and then Ian Thorpe's our greatest ever swimmer. Two of the greatest. Well done, Freddie.
Where were you watching Kathy Freeman? Were you in the
I was
stadium?
there.
You were there, yeah.
I was there.
We're both there.
Very lucky to be there. It was incredible. When she came around the home turn, when she put the pedal down, about 80 metres to go, that's where I was.
I think when she walked out with the suit, I think that even added to it. I think people sort of were unsure whether she was going to wear the suit, and she just nailed it.
And
nailed
the coolest lady, just so humble and shy, and it was
very
it
good.
was intimidating to meet her.
Yeah, it was a great night. Like a lot of them are hard work, but it was just a fantastic night. They had a lot of great politicians. John Howard was there. Johnny was a huge part of the Olympics.
Chris Mims.
I got to
at
sit
that
next to
table.
Chris Minns all night.
Geez, the spray tan's looking good for someone there.
So
Far
where
out.
does
Look at
that,
ya.
where does that rank for you guys in terms of career achievements? Because I can imagine that's quite a special one to be alongside icons like Kathy Freeman and Ian Thorpe.
I think I'll always remember the night. The night was a really cool night. Some really good people there. I think they did it extremely well. They had Nikki Webster there. Her daughter was singing with her son. Well, that was off the charts. I had like a crazy moment where Nikki Webster's daughter was singing. She was the exact same age as Nikki was when she was singing at the Olympics. And she looks that much like her. I'm thinking, is that Nikki Webster? Like, it was just insane.
So what does that mean now? Do you get prime parking underneath the stadium for games?
Parking, pies.
Parking free? Oh,
Yeah, free pies.
there you go. We'll
What
carve
would you like? What would you like?
Secret elevator.
Secret
Straight
elevator.
to my car.
Helicopter.
Little fridge,
a little fridge in the
roadie
grocery
fridge
box.
next to my car.
Did it have to be that long?
Yeah.
So you could fit the long ones?
Big tally, straight in there. Yeah, it was a good night. It was
Well,
a really good night.
congratulations
As I said,
to you
those
both,
nights can be
you.
punishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But went really well.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you both.
Although the food was a bit fancy.
A bit too fancy for you.
John Eales liked it. He was our... So they had 2 rugby league players and John Eales.
John Eales
He
was
brought a
speaking to
bit of
us.
class to us too.
He was talking to us about the Reece Walsh incident with Hudson Young. And we said, oh, he got off. He goes, he got off. A lovely fella.
What a good fella.
Well, all right, speaking of Reece Walsh and the Broncos and the Raiders, that was just an incredible game. I think everyone that I've seen and spoken to just cannot stop talking about that. So let's relive some of the highlights before we get into it.
Out to the halfway line. 4 minutes to play. Great running set by Brisbane. Gee, the Raiders look very ragged all of a sudden. They still lead the game by 2, but for how much longer? Here's Walsh. 2-point field goal. The chase has come. He's hit it towards the sticks. It's drifting towards... Oh, gosh! Hit the crossbar! No way!
Wow. I can't believe it.
This could be it here.
Ben Hunt.
Hunt from inside 40. Ben Hunt hit it well. He's celebrating. It is the post. It goes over. Ben Hunt put the Broncos into a preliminary final.
They're in disbelief, the home fans.
The Broncos have won a game that will never be forgotten. 29-28.
That was one of the best games I have ever seen. That was incredible.
Just to be down there. You know, it was great, the colours. Blue sky and then all the green. It was just amazing. It was so good to be down there. What a privilege to be able to work down there.
What was the emotion of the crowd like? Like Canberra won it twice.
Yeah.
They won the game twice and had it taken away. What was the emotion
You know,
like?
when you're in the comm box and you're behind the glass, you sort of can see it and hear it, but you can't. Well, you could hear it and see it. You could actually see it. And for it to happen twice, it's going to be a big challenge.
Well,
I still don't know how that's not a try.
on the sideline, we were sitting right next to the Raiders bench, and so Ricky obviously is right next to us as well, and watching the emotions on his face. So when Jamal crossed for that try, the relief that went through him, you could see he was just emotional, and then for, you know, split second later, just absolutely flipped a switch.
Well, the players had to win twice and then go out and play again. And then to sit there and watch Ben Hunt, who's never kicked a field goal. He's kicked one in his life. Come up with a 40-metre field goal.
What about this bloke?
Incredible.
What a performance. There's times I just sat and I was watching him off the ball, just watching. And the last 15 minutes, I don't know how he got his team back. It was on the back of him. Yeah, Benny Hunt, it's his second field goal. He's kicked.
That's amazing.
These two last weeks for Reece Walsh, where do you rank them in terms of his career?
Oh, they'd be right up there.
That game, he's best. He had a game in Origin where he did a few things as a coach. I was the opposition coach.
Is that in Adelaide?
Yeah, he did a few things where I just went, you know
Oh,
what,
yes.
no one else would have done that. He threw a pass with that much pressure on him and he nailed it. He's come up with a couple of moments, but that one going off, coming back on, what do you have, 20 minutes?
This.
Kicked the 40-20, scored a try,
30-10.
set up a try. That was one of the best 20 minutes I've ever seen by anyone. Maybe Nathan Cleary grand final.
Yeah, that probably.
Well, that's it, yeah, because Nathan completely turned that
Nathan's grand final tops it, but this is second for sure.
But Nathan talks about it, he said, you know what, I let in a few tries. Because when I went over to him after the game, the first thing he acknowledged was, it was nearly me who cost the game for him to end up having that wonderful 20 minutes. Because Reece Walsh and Ezra took him on, him and Liam Martin beat him a couple of times. So that was off the charts.
All right, let's talk the headbutt. What did we make of this, and what did we make of the punishments that went alongside
I think it was
them?
ridiculous they got the penalty. Hudson Young shouldn't have got sin bin. He was just in his face being, you know, an agitator, which we've seen there's certain blokes who used to play would do this all game for their whole career. So you can understand, like, I think it's ridiculous the way they get in their face and everything, but the best players should not miss semi-finals. Shouldn't miss them.
So my
you know what?
theory
They're
is-
blowing up about it and giving them the finger.
Yeah. Mate,
If
what
anyone can be there to hear the amount of abuse which gets said,
And they're very creative, the Raiders.
I'll tell you what they've got to do. They've got to protect players better. At any stage there, emotions get very high. They need to protect the players. You can't have people being able to lean over and be able to get access to players or referees. That can't happen. We don't need to be able to deal with that anywhere in the game. So we need to be able to make sure around our tunnels that there's protection so players don't have to deal not so much with language but with a phone being thrown flat out at you or something so where there's, you know, there's proper damage. Going back to the incident, I think Hudson Young, I was happy that Hudson Young got penalised and the thing went to Brisbane, but him getting sin bin, I thought he didn't need to be sin bin. He didn't deserve to be sin bin, but by him walking 10 metres and pushing Reece, that started the problem. And I can agree with the referee on that.
so
but
now, every time that happens, penalty?
Absolutely.
Every time?
Well, you know what? Unless... So I see people talk about Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's one.
Like a lot of Ronaldo's, but it's the person's underneath him. Like if someone's underneath you and you lean over and give him a gobful, I can live with that. Mate, he's walked after him and pursued him. So I can live with the fact that Brisbane get the penalty, but he shouldn't have been sin bin. I thought the sin binning for him was ridiculous.
Do you reckon he?
Oh, you know what?
Do you reckon he made that?
This is a byproduct of not being able to throw a punch.
You got to watch 5 or 10 seconds earlier. Hudson Young follows him
Yeah.
and walks up to him so he can talk to him and chat to him.
I feel like that's such a big part of our game, though. Players get under each other's skin.
of course.
You look at
There's
sports.
players of past era who've made that was their career, getting under people's skin. I think it can be a dangerous precedent, but if they're going to penalise them, then just be consistent. Just be consistent.
Yeah.
Because
getting
once,
sin bin was-
once again,
You think the sin bin was too far?
players are a lot braver now that you don't get a punch in the head.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s or 80s, if a winger came in, could you imagine Blocker Roach or Les Davidson? Snot.
Yeah.
And you know what? They wouldn't do it again.
All right, so now going forward, obviously the Raiders, they played 4 minutes. That's going to take its toll. Also, too, you can imagine it would be quite an emotional roller coaster for them. How then does that affect them going into this weekend's match against Cronulla Sharks?
Well, you've got to do it.
Well, they also had their presentation night, I think, on Monday. So, like, the whole sequence, what's gone on there, is going to be a real challenge. But I think their youth is a really good thing. They're either really young or really experienced. And I think that's going to really give benefit. And they handled that well. They got to the lead. They just didn't handle the bit where they come back, which has happened a lot to Canberra. They can either come back or they can give up leads. So it just shows you they're very vulnerable.
The one thing, from a technical point of view, the left side, Braden Trindle put a clinic on last week, and that's where they got their points. That's where Timoko defends. They were very vulnerable down their right side, Canberra.
4 tries they let in and 2 40-20s. That's their side as well.
So then who do you see winning, Cronulla or Raiders?
I think Raiders are on. Once again, the question mark's still there on the Sharks. And they can put that to bed this week by going down to Canberra and having a big win. But the stats
I thought they did against the Roosters. Well, you look what they defended. Roosters are apparently one of the best attacking teams.
The knock is to do it back to back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
2-3. That's and the stats, they don't lie. That's the second win in semi-finals in 10 games.
10 games, yeah.
So, you know, you can say that the people are being biased, but the stats show it. So
I've got to say they're pretty good. Like, they defended the first half, the first part of the first half, and then the first part of the second half. I think their 3 kicks in a row were inside their 20 metres. They just kept defending. They got a penalty, and all of a sudden the game turned. And I think they turned 60% possession to the Roosters, and they end up winning the game with 51% possession. So that in itself shows you they just hung deep, changed momentum, and then come up with a couple of tries.
now you tipped the Raiders on our
I tipped the
tips.
Raiders, but I feel like the Sharkies. I'm going to change. I feel like the Sharkies.
Yours is
Extra day
always-
rest, the less emotion.
So you're going to go Sharkies?
I'm going to go Sharkies.
And you're
Raiders.
And the only change, the Raiders are same side that played
They
on the
both are.
weekend. And the only thing could be for Cronulla, Tom Hazelton, he's been named in the extended squad.
bench, right.
So I think he had an infection or something next week. So that could be the only change for Cronulla.
So Nikita comes back in. He'll start. So him and Teague Wilton, I like them as back rowers. It'll be interesting up against Hudson. Hudson will drive Nico mad. Who will drive him mad?
Well, will he be able to get under his skin? That's the question. You don't want to risk it 2 weeks in a row.
I think, Ricky, they'll go hard at Trindle. They'll see if they stop Trindle, they'll stop a lot of that attack. Down Cronulla's left side, so I reckon they'll put a lot of pressure on Braden Trindle. He was outstanding last week. He's a good player.
All right, we've got plenty more to preview here on Freddy and the Eighth, but coming up next, we've got two very special guests joining us. Yes, that man on screen, Nedd Brockmann. He's going to be live in the studio with us. And then this one as well, Scotty Cam. He's an absolute legend. He'll be joining us on the couch next.
My biggest heartache would be the 2019 grand final.
So Canberra come out.
It was my, I think, 11th or 12th season in the NRL, and I'd never been in a grand final, so I really wanted to make sure I enjoyed the occasion. I just remember running out and there was a sea of green.
It's a Viking invasion at Homebush for their first grand final in a quarter of a century.
It was just a surreal feeling.
Here's White and he's over!
To be honest, I've never ever watched the game again. We had pressure after pressure, and to their credit, they held on fairly well. We had so many close opportunities.
They had them shot. What's this? Just catch and pass. Catch and pass. Catch and pass. The ball goes forward. The Roosters survive.
Left foot kick, high. Getting underneath it, Tedesco! They've restarted the tackle count.
Probably didn't realise it at the time, the severity of it or what had actually happened.
Change over. Well, now he calls 6 again.
What's he doing there?
You know, in those sorts of games and in any game, you just got to get on with it at the time. You can't throw your hands up in the air and hope everyone stops for you. So it was just play on.
I'm sure he indicated 6 more.
They did. They waved 6 again, and then they've changed their mind.
Wow, what a blue. Keary, Churchill medalist last year. Here's Tupou, one to beat. It's gone inside of the Roosters. Tedesco, he goes in to score.
As great as the week was, the season was, and as great a performance we put in on grand final night, just to come up that tiny little bit short, it was just heartbreaking. And to never get back there as well, when you think about it now that you're finished, it's tough.
Oh, that was absolute heartbreak for Canberra Raiders fans across the country. No doubt that'll be driving them this year. But someone who maybe wasn't so disappointed with that result is none other than Scotty Cam, who joins us here on the couch. You're a diehard Roosters fan.
I am, Danica, and that was a great day for us. It was fantastic. He did wave 6 again too, and then he called play on. Yeah. So it was pretty controversial, wasn't it?
How long have you been a Roosters fan for?
Since I was born, because my parents were mad Roosters, and so we would go to every home game. And my mum would have the chicken wings and the sandwiches in the esky, and Auntie Patty was another row in front who would have the cake and everything like that. So that was our weekends.
What was it about that team during the 70s? We went to a function the other night, and the conductor, they're not our normal fan club, the conductors of orchestras, but he came over to me and Ronnie Coote and he said he just was fanning Ronnie Coote, saying, I love that team, I love that 74 team. What was it about that team?
Yeah, 74-75 was just incredible. You know, we had so many great players. There was Artie's Army was the banner when they ran out in 75 to beat St George 38-0. We're all there. And my wife, mind you, she was there with her father as well, because she grew up as a mad Roosters fan. So it was terrific. It was a great Roosters marriage for us two. And the side was incredible. We had Ronnie Coote, you know, like, he's covered defence and he was always there. It was amazing. It was a great time. And Johnny Peard, Johnny Mays, just getting the ball there, who just passed away.
He passed away this year,
yeah.
Johnny Mays.
Yeah.
What about this year? What do you think of the Chooks this year?
Mate, it was a bit hit and miss. We certainly missed Sam Walker, in my opinion. He's, well, you know, I heard a stat, I think it was you, Freddie, that told me this stat, that he was the leading try assist halfback in the comp, and he'd only been there for half the season. Nearest to him was Cleary on 7, and he had 16. So that's an indication of how much we missed him. And then we certainly missed him against Para when he went off with a head knock. We sort of fell apart a bit, didn't we? And we dropped the ball quite a bit.
Well, that was the problem, wasn't it? When the pressure was on, we made errors.
Yep, errors.
Yeah, and that's whether it's to do with the youth or something they've got to clean up. What about the fullback? You've seen some great workers in your life being a builder. What about the fullback, Teddy?
Yeah, he's, you know, he's amazing. And I personally believe that nothing against Dylan Edwards, that he should have stayed in the Origin side and the Kangaroos. He's a superstar. Every time he gets the ball, he makes 20 metres. He breaks a tackle every time he gets the ball. And I think he's incredible still.
So if Australia's playing tomorrow, you'd put Teddy in front of Reece Walsh?
Yeah, that's every time Reece Walsh gets the ball, the pace goes up by 40%.
The heart rate.
Oh,
Everyone.
I've never seen a turn of pace
Especially the women's heart rate.
Yeah. I know.
And Freddie.
My missus was very upset about a big scar.
All right, what about away from footy? I was reading before you came on the show. I cannot believe that the block started in 2003.
Yeah.
That is so unheard of that you've had so many successful years of it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really happen these days.
No, we've been very lucky. We're on season 22 this year, coming up, the next one, which is next year, sorry, and we'll get into season 22, which is crazy in this day and age. I'm a very young man there.
So it all kicked off with Jamie Jury and on
That's right.
Backyard Blitz. Now, like I remember watching all that, and when Jamie left, I thought, is there still a show? Like, what was the pressure like? Because then pretty much was handed over to you.
Yeah, well, Jamie started the first two, and then they had a little bit of a break because the real estate market died. And so you're right. Then they asked me to come back and take over in season 3. So there was a bit of pressure. That scene you saw before there with that white shirt on, that was my opening scene for the block. I was pretty nervous.
Wow.
And, a lot of scripts and things like that, a lot of stuff to learn. But it's been terrific, mate. And I've done, this next year will be my 20th. So it'll be terrific for that. But I was very lucky to have a lot of great shows before that, Backyard Blitz and Domestic Blitz and Renovation Run, all building shows. But it's been terrific. I've been at 9 for 27 years.
It's a great. I love it.
Lucky.
I've never missed it. Like I love the shows. I love doing renos.
You do.
Particularly the ones out on the property. I love that. That was Omar and Oz and Rugby League.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a fantastic show.
Yeah, I know you like building because back in the day, years ago, you used to talk to me all the time about building. What about this and what about that? Can you help me with this? I go, no, Freddie, I can't help you.
No.
Would that have been under the salary cap for the Roosters?
Yeah.
That's right. Is that the Roosters?
Yeah.
I said, mate, I'll do it for nothing for you.
So what about the drama compared to the building? Like, different. It seems like in different years, the building's the focus and other times it's the drama.
Look, occasionally we lose our way, as in last year we lost our way a bit, and I felt like we drifted off our normal path. And this year we've brought it back to family viewing, building, design, where we should be. And I think the folks that are watching it are telling us that, they love it, and so it's been really good.
So how did you get started with it all? The whole world of TV?
Well, Danica, I was a carpenter all my life since I was 17. And when I was about 35, 36, I drank at the same pub every afternoon with about 10 mates after work.
What pub was that?
It was the Mill Hill Hotel at Bondi Junction.
Oh, yeah.
You know it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's, and then we...
That's the one they've done up.
Yeah.
But they've still got the
got the
lunatics
tavern.
there.
Because who owned it? The
Matty Burke.
Matty Bird.
Matty Burke.
Yeah,
You
Matty
know what?
Burke,
It's
Rugby
good,
Union
it's
Wallaby.
good steaks there for lunch.
Is there? Well, I haven't been there since they knocked it down. But, and a producer came in and said, would you like to do a screen test for a TV show? And I said, no. That's not my go, mate. But I don't know anything about that. So he rang me the next day because he got my number off the ute, and that was parked out the front. And he came to my site. We did a screen test, and then I got the job on Backyard Blitz as the carpenter.
Well, someone must have lead you up to the producer. Said this
No,
bloke
well,
goes
no.
well.
He was just, his job was to find a carpenter for the role, and we were in the pub, and there was all tradies there, and I must have been gas bagging at the bar, and he approached me and said, mate, are you a carpenter? I go, yeah. He goes, I'm looking for carpenters to do a TV show.
Yeah,
Wow.
cool.
I said, no.
Well, there's one advantage of being on the drink at a pub.
Don't you worry, mate.
Producers, any show. SBS, if you're looking for someone for late night movies.
Friday night.
If I'd get home, my missus would say, get up that pub, you idiot.
Did you ever think it would be, the beast that it is today?
No, not at all, of course not. I thought, if I get a couple of years out of this, something different to break it up, because I've been doing it already for 17 years, since I was a kid. So this was just something out of the ordinary. And back in those days, we worked 3 days a fortnight on the show, and that was it, really. And we did 26 a year. So, I still worked as a builder and a carpenter till I was 50. So I did both. And then I retired from building at 50 and continued on without it.
So what happens this year? You've lost one of your major buyers, Adrian. Apparently he's not buying houses.
No, he's
this year.
not. I mean, he sort of agreed to that, but he's taken that back now and denied it. But,
right.
But I mean, we were happy for him to be there. if you know, it's a public auction, so anyone can come and bid on it. But the thing was that we were trying to open up to mums and dads that could buy a holiday house or do something like that. So, you know, we're quite happy for him not to be there. We're happy for him to be there. But he's doing something on 7 now, so he's not going to be there. So that works for us. Yeah, it'll be fine.
So how long are the shoot days? Because it's quite a long stint that you're on for.
Yeah, we're away from home for 3 months. We live there on site. I rent a house. The network rents me a house. We're there all day from 5:30 in the morning. Not me, but our crew are. 5:30 till 10:30 at night. Yuck. For 3 months, 7 days a week. Yuck. Yeah.
Wow. Joey's just gone, count me out of that.
He just had a conniption.
Mate, he's burnt out already. He's had a couple of NRLW games, he's burnt out. He needs a rest.
Friday night had a big night. Well, your young bloke's mate, Jesse Walker, I ran into his dad in Melbourne, so do the math.
Yeah, right. Well, I know that my young bloke has a beer with you up the Robin Hood every day. Yeah.
That's at Friday nights with Trini Oakey.
Yeah.
What time did you wrap up on Saturday morning? Or was it still? Oh, you didn't. You did straight through.
Right through. We're on telly, you know.
But do it responsibly, kids.
Who's your tip this week? So you got Bulldogs, Panthers. Who wins that?
I think the Panthers might win that.
Raiders, Sharks.
Yeah, that's a tough one, you know, because Raiders would be burnt out from that game, one of the greatest games of all time on Sunday.
How good was it?
It was unbelievable. Yeah. I was watching it up the bush. It was with the fire going. It was unreal. And I think maybe the Raiders get it.
Who wins the grand final?
Oh, mate, you know, is it maybe the Broncos, maybe the Storm? Yeah, I don't know.
Be a good grand final.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about this year. I think, as Gus said a couple of weeks ago, that the winner of the grand final is hidden in the 8, and I agree with that. Anyone sort of could pop up and win it. The last time it's been won from down the bottom in 8 was Canterbury in 95.
Yep. I think it was top 6 then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it wasn't top 8. It was top 6.
Oh, was it?
It was out of the top 4.
Yeah.
All I remember is in 95, I said the Doggies have got absolutely no chance coming from 6, and Terry Lamb, and they got up and won it.
Jimmy Dimmick.
Was it?
Churchill.
Forward pass.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us here on the couch. We've been loving the block, love what you do as well. So, enjoy the rest of it and enjoy the footy.
Thank you, Danica. Thank you, guys. Beautiful.
Yeah, mate. Legend.
All right, well, stick around. Plenty more coming your way here on Freddy and the Eighth, because up next we have another very special guest in the studio. Yes, Nedd Brockmann, the running freak. He's going to be live on the couch with us. That's coming up straight after this.
Nedd pledged he would push himself across the country in a cross-country fundraiser. 100k each day for 40 days. And today, day 47, Nedd Brockmann reached his goal, the golden sands of Bondi Beach. The record may remain, but Nedd would make his million and more for the homeless. A job well done, a race well run by Nedd Brockmann.
Yes, it was a moment that many people across Australia won't forget. I'm pleased to say Nedd Brockmann joins us on the couch now. You've got a bit of a different haircut to what you did when you ran across Australia.
Yeah, the mullet's gone. It had to go. It was a bit of a burden, to be honest. I didn't expect to have the kind of support that I had on the run across Oz. And when I rocked up, I had this mullet that kind of was this, I guess, iconic thing running in. And, you know, I like my anonymity, so running in Centennial Park with the mullet was a bit of a nightmare, so had to cut it off.
Do people still come up to you quite often and stop you and chat to you about it?
About the haircut?
About the running.
yeah, I do cop it a bit. I'm very grateful for it. The support's been nuts over the last few years. I never I just love pushing myself pretty hard and doing things for others. So the fallout of that was that, you know, occasionally people clock you in the street. So yeah, it's been really cool, but the journey's been really fun.
Why would you do this? I
Joey,
bet you people say it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I honestly, initially it was to lose weight back in the day through COVID, and then I found I was kind of okay at running, and the feeling I got of pushing myself pretty hard, you know, the longer it took to get a run done, the more elation I felt, so naturally the progression is to run across the country.
I think everyone would love to be able to push themselves harder. Like, what's the secret to just, you know, giving yourself the nudge that you need?
There's a few things, but I think the biggest part of it is doing what you say you're going to do and being like when you say you're going to do something, it doesn't really matter what arises throughout it, it's like the commitment to your decision is the most important. You can trust those people, you can rely on those people. When they say they're going to do something, they do it without getting asked. Yeah. That to me is what it's all about. And so when you put that in, regardless of how big or enormous the country is, you've just got to do it. And yeah.
So what are you doing in those moments where you're running, your body's breaking down, you're in really tough conditions? Is it your mental chat? What's actually happening inside you?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty funny one, and it takes a bit to get to that point. But when you're in it, it's kind of removing yourself from it, having a bit of a bird's eye view, a bit of a perspective shift, and going, well, I chose to be here, so instead of beating around the bush, let's just attack it and take another step. And you can always take another step. I mean, there's some pretty crook footage on the screen right now, and that 1,000 mile around the track, a 400-metre track, ran 4,000 laps of it just in October last year. And yeah, that is the perfect example of you've just got to, the only way through is through.
So how hard's life now? Like your life's become about running now. So you've actually
Weirdly.
gone from, yeah. So what's the next process? What's the process you go through? Like you pretty much got to keep setting yourself harder goals now, don't you?
I thought that was the case after I ran across Oz, and then I did the 1,000 mile. But again, it all comes back to wanting to see what I can do, what I'm made of, and then help those experiencing homelessness as well. And in the process, get people moving, which I've seen has been the outcome of doing these things. People want to do stuff. But I used to think I had to do another thing every 2 years. But, regardless of what I choose to do, I still think there's this, I want to go as fast as I can in the marathon. I ran London Marathon in April this year, and I got a pretty solid time. So it excited the hell out of me. And I think, the future isn't given. It's an ideal, and we'd love to get there, but I think just making the most of now.
Looking at that footage running across the country reminds me of Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about that when you were running?
Like Forrest Gump?
Yeah. No, like the movie. You see the movie, the Forrest Gump, and he's running across. You got the big.
People start following him.
Did you think about that at all during that time?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of scenes like that in Forrest Gump. He talks about, what are you doing this for, the homeless? Yeah. So there's a lot of similarities, wasn't there? Yeah. But no, it was so funny. It's great to see so many people are doing amazing charity runs and big events recently, and it's definitely picked up. And I'm, it's been awesome to see that. So I'm very, very grateful to have, been a part of doing
How much to raise?
In that run across Oz was 2.6 million, but
for the
1,000 mile was 4.9. So we're about just on 8 now.
That's so good. And it's sort of morphed into other things. Obviously, you've got your Nedd's Uncomfortable Challenge at the moment. I can see you decked out head-to-toe Puma gear. You've got your Nedd's Chalky Milk as well. So it has sort of taken on a new life.
Yeah, it was never the intention. And I think people, it was always like, you wanted to start a milk. Was that always? It's like, no, I kind of did this, and what came of it was the byproduct of just doing it for those reasons I said at the start. But I think for me, it's been really cool to be able to leverage it to do as much good as possible. And the Uncomfortable Challenge is one where I just want people to do their own hard, uncomfortable challenge for 10 days and feel what it feels like to do something hard and do things for others. So, yeah.
So I want to ask you, what would your uncomfortable challenges be then?
I'm just thinking about the running. Remember off-season? Honestly, I'd have chafe you could cook a steak on.
My thighs haven't touched for bloody 4 years.
I saw those toes.
That's what I was thinking.
My toes.
So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, who's got worse feet? Because your running feet would be pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty
They'd be manky, but Joey's got really bad toes.
Wearing footy boots, and I used to just wear them all the time,
Yeah.
kicking and training.
Yeah.
Honestly.
His feet are gross.
Yeah.
Should we have a comparison?
Mine are pretty good now. I haven't been running for the last 3 months, been injured, but it's, you probably beat me at the moment.
You get in the horrors when you're not running?
I used to really badly. I used to be like, oh no, it's all removed from me. My worth, all this would kind of come into question. But then I was like, we all, I preach this message of like, be present, get in the moment. And so when I'm in the moment, when I can't run, it's like, why don't you just accept it and move on? Like there's so many other things you can put your time into now. So it's been a massive shift. And I used to just go and try and be as fit as possible, go ride, go swim, do all those things. But actually, I think it's best to like accept it and tackle it head on sometimes.
The other side of what you spoke about before was the homelessness and raising money for a purpose. How much of a driver is that?
It's there. I wouldn't say it's the reason I keep showing up. I think it's, that comes back to the decision. But knowing you're impacting and helping people is a pretty cool thing. We've been able to get over 480 people from the start of this journey. We've now got 480 people into housing, stable housing, and no one's fallen back through the cracks.
In Sydney?
Throughout nationwide. Cool. And we've got charity partners aligned with the charity we work with that give referrals to then be able to help these people who never have had a scenario like it. And we do this direct cash transfer program where these people, you might be short a bond or you might not have the ability to fix your car at the mechanics, and it's these direct cash programs that actually allow them to not get into homelessness in the first place. So
wow, that's great.
It's been really cool.
Man.
We've been able to scale it.
Well, we also saw, you were speaking about the chafe before that, Joey, you'd get in the off-season. You didn't get it between your legs, but I saw in the vision you had it on your chest.
Yeah, I mean, on the nipples, on the bloody... I get it. I actually do get it on the old legs, but sometimes the chafe is a part of doing it, so I kind of enjoy the chafe a bit, to be honest.
Have you ever had nipple chafe, Joey?
Only Mardi Gras last year.
Yeah.
There's little things going like that.
Your tassels.
Was that time in Thailand?
All right, we'll stick around because you're going to be staying on for a bit of our footy chat as well. We're going to dive into our sports bet, having a crack moment from across the weekend. And we've got two absolute pearlers to talk about. We saw plenty of drama in the nation's capital on Sunday afternoon, and this one here, Reece Walsh just flipping the bird to the crowd. What do we make of it?
Well, he's getting abused. Yeah. Well, they protected the fans. The rubbish you hear him saying to players.
Mate, we can't have situations like that where fans can get access. Like, everyone gets passionate.
What, you got to build how are you going to stop it?
Well, you either need security in front of those people or you need to put up some sort of perspex barrier.
Do you know what? Seeing it happen live, Reece was he was half enjoying the situation as well.
I think he handled it very well.
And then, of course, this moment as
Lauren Brown.
Yeah,
Wow.
Saturday afternoon, Lauren Brown kicking it for the Titans and taking them into the finals.
Well, they're behind pretty much the whole game.
That's off no step. That kick was off no step. It shows you the soccer background in Lauren Brown. She played for the Jets, played high-level soccer. She kicked that wonderful field goal in Start of Origin, where it was pouring rain. It was like that. It was in the pool.
It was
a field goal.
Yeah, it was a great moment. I listened to you call it live as well. It was unbelievable.
How good were you that night?
Really? Yeah. That was after Melbourne.
That was after Melbourne. Yeah. You were fresh as.
Yeah, real fresh.
All right.
Fresh as Ned's underpants after running across the strike.
Hey, I changed a fair bit.
All right, we got plenty more coming up. We're off to a short break now, but let's get a quick market update from Sportsbet.
A lot of Sportsbet punters diving in early on the Clive Churchill medal market. Obviously, they're thinking a better price now than what they may be on Grand Final day. The trick is to get there. Joe Tarpany this week scooped up his fourth Mal Meninga medal on the trot. Is he the price? Enjoy.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
All right, have a look at that shot. Young Sterlo there. We cannot wait to see and showcase the next generation of footy stars, of course, with the schoolboy and girls finals tomorrow, starting from midday. And Freddie, they're going to be right here on 9.
Yeah, they played the game last year. Pats Blacktown, who were again in this year, they got beat last year by Palm Beach Currumbin, and this year they're playing Cobra Park. Queensland have some wonderful schools up there. And in the girls, Central Coast Sports School play Marsden Park. So I watched Central Coast play last week or 2 weeks ago against Westfields, and it was one of the best girl games or female games I've ever seen. It was unbelievable, the quality. So this will be great tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow live on
Leichhardt.
Midday. So tell the boss you're going to call in sick for work and sit back and enjoy some footy.
Just chill, go and get in the sunshine.
On your Thursday. Yeah, there you go. 9 now as well. All right, well, let's preview the Dogs-Panthers game. This is going to be an absolutely classic match on Sunday afternoon at Accor Stadium. Can you imagine what the scenes are going to be like?
Now, you talk about schools. So Lockie Galvin actually played with Blaze Talangi. They were in the same school team in 2022, so they'll be actually up against each other.
What school?
Westfield.
Okay.
So they went to Westfield, and their hooker was Talon De Silva.
Oh, wow.
And then the fullback was La Lee, one of the blokes from the Tigers. So they had quite the team.
Who do you reckon, bro?
Oh, I can't go against Panthers. I think they're wet sail.
What have you thought of them? Like their last 4 years, what have you thought of the Panthers?
Oh, it's just incredible. I mean, they Cleary at the helm. Just everyone's. I don't know. It just seems like one player leaves or a few players leave, and then they just get these new, great signings coming in, and it's. I don't know. I'm just. You cannot back them out. I think there's a Bulldogs. They've had a great year, but I don't see. And what's the go with Crichton's.
He's no chance.
Well,
Absolutely no
were you
chance.
interested in the fact that he was named in
It's
the
just-
reserves?
I reckon they're playing silly buggers. What we saw the other day, it's a Liz Franks. That's a 4 to 6 months injury. I think they'll get in the face of Penrith, the Bulldogs. It'll be a bash up. Last time they played 8-6.
Yep.
They got it.
Well,
The dry stadium, I can't. They haven't got the class in the key positions to score more than 2 or 3 tries.
I think they did come out though, and they said early in this week that they only think it's a 2 to 4 week injury. So there were fears that it was going to be an extended one. But
Well,
then...
Montoya's the other one. They need Montoya. Without him, you've got Rinakama, who's inexperienced winger.
He was good there, right?
Yeah, he was good. But I think some of the changes that have been forced are like some of the changes that everyone thinks that they most really needed. Reid Marnie comes back into play. So, all of a sudden Toby Sexton's back at halfback, where you've got a conventional halfback, and he sort of showed against Melbourne, the importance of someone who just thinks like a halfback. He come on and made an impact straight
I was about to say he came on pretty
good
red
first
hot.
touch.
Yeah. He was on there for a minute.
Unreal.
Yeah, crazy.
Because what did you make of the sort of Bulldogs attack from those first 20 minutes to then when those forced changes came on and you saw that shift with Toby Sexton coming on and then Lockie Galvin moving
Well, he
to
freed
6?
everyone up. I see Galvin's at 5'8", and Burton's a running player. Made him run at centre. And they looked so much better. It's what they do with Reid. Is Reid on the extension?
Reid's on the bench.
17, yeah.
Yeah, so Reid's in the team. Their bench looks good. I think the one thing in their favour, though, they play against a lot of big teams. And they're not that big, Canterbury, but this Penrith aren't either. So, other than Moses Leota, they don't have any other really big, big bodies they've got to deal with. So, this might be a little bit easier than maybe playing a Melbourne Storm. They've got a lot of big players.
They're saying 70,000, aren't they? And
On Sunday will be
Doggies will be
unreal.
out.
I reckon 80% will be doggies
Yeah,
fans. They will be going
The
nuts.
fact that it's a day game too, I mean, does that change anything for what do you think will unfold?
Well, I think it's more of an advantage to the Dogs, because in the wet, it's so hard to beat Penrith. They just grind you. For the Dogs to beat Penrith, they have to be unorthodox. They're not going to break them down with their set plays.
Well, you saw their first try. Kickout had to go around the
Offload.
outside. Like, you just haven't seen that the last couple of weeks where they've really put themselves under pressure to come up with that pass or come up with a real slick pass on the line.
Because who's your team?
I'm a diehard Para Eels.
They were good.
They finished good.
Yeah, it's just when Mitchy Moses is there firing, it's like we can beat anyone, but when he's gone, it's tough.
I reckon they'll make the 8 next year. Big chance.
I hope so.
But he's got to
doing
play.
a really good job, Roz.
The other part about Penrith is, going back to Penrith is, well, they're not a great attacking team. Look at those young blokes over on the left who are doing a really good job. But you look at their tries last week. One was from a fluke bounce off a kick. You had a dummy half barge over, which is contestable. And the other one was an error that the other team had with the ball. So there's 3 tries that were sort of,
Well, because it sort of is fascinating in the fact that their defensive structures are very similar, because you had Serraldo who implemented the defensive structures at Penrith, and now he's obviously implemented them at the Bulldogs. So
be a great half.
do you think it'll be a close, low-scoring affair?
Yeah, I think it'll be low scoring. I can't wait for... Canterbury have done that good a job this year of entertaining. Like, their game day experience leading into the game are awesome. I can't wait for that.
Really?
Yeah, man, Wolfmother, they'll play. We had a night out with them in Perth before the Origin too. Just another one.
That was who was on their best? Who was best of the night that night? Was it Peter Basaltis?
Yeah, Salty, our caller, little Super Mario.
He was trying to sing with the lead singer of Wolf's Mother.
He thought he was in Motley Crue. That's how he's behaving.
All right, and don't forget, you can purchase your tickets to all the games this weekend. Head to nrl.com/tickets. The Bulldogs-Panthers game at Accor Stadium on Sunday afternoon. You will not want to miss that. All the action live on Channel 9 from 2:30 as well. So, yeah, make sure you purchase your tickets. All right, thanks so much, Nedd, for joining us here on the couch. And we'll have to get you on next year when the Parramatta Eels, when they make the top 8.
But you get to come to the cruise.
Oh, you're on. We have an end of season cruise, so every guest gets to come.
Hey, how good! What a
I've
great
seen that party. You guys all right? I've been at a party with Eddie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, no phones.
I do remember. I mean it.
Yeah. All right, I'll text you the details. All right, stick around. Plenty more coming up straight after the break.
Broncos dominating. But
Sauaso and the step. Oh, beautiful. Absolute young gun right here. Shalom Sauaso and the Broncos, they strike back.
Well, yes, Shalom has certainly had a year to remember in the NRLW, and it's all paid off because she's our RLPA rookie of the year. And I'm pleased to say Shalom joins us live now. Congratulations, Shalom. What an achievement. NRLW Rookie of the Year. What does this one mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot, especially the first year in the big leagues. It's pretty special to me.
Are you driving?
Yeah, well, I just finished work, so I had no time to go home.
How'd you get into rugby league?
Well, I'm from a family of just boys, so you obviously know how that pans out. They end up tackling you, so that's how I started. Backyard footy. So,
what school did you go to? Did you come through the pathway of schools?
Yeah, I came through Ipswich State High, so I started my footy there. Well, I started when I was like 8, but yeah, it started to get more serious when I started high school. So
we're seeing some highlights of your season so far. You're an absolute gun. How much did you enjoy this year?
Oh, it was so good. It was good fun, especially having girls like Ali and Romy all around me. Those girls they just make it even better.
I think the one who stands out in the NRLW at the moment is your fullback Tamika Upton. What's it like playing with her?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you how I feel playing with her. It's crazy to think that I'm playing with her now, because I used to sit and watch her on the screen, and now that I'm playing with her, it's kind of like an unreal moment for myself.
What's it like when she's at the back? Is she telling you where to run and how to run and all that sort of stuff? Does she tip into players?
Yeah, she makes it so much easier, I guess, for us girls, because when we're running back, she's already telling us where we need to fill in. So it's making it so much easier for the forwards to just get back on the line and already go to where they're supposed to be. So, yeah.
So what about the Broncos? You guys have the week off in the finals at the moment, but you said before that you just finished work. What do you do for work?
Well, I'm in the program. There's a program called Inspire. It's ran by the Broncos, so it's just childcare that goes around and play some sports with some kids, and yeah.
What's it like people getting to know you? Have you found that you get recognised when you go places?
Oh, sometimes. I think my fan base is more so younger kids, so it's sometimes I get noticed, but sometimes it's just, which is good. Either way, I'm happy.
All right, so looking ahead in the NRLW, obviously the Roosters, they are one of the teams to beat. They've just been in incredible form. Do you feel like you've got that confidence and you can take them down if you do get there?
I believe we can. We've got the group to do it. So I definitely believe that we can beat them if we do make it to finals against the Roosters. So, yeah.
How big a loss do you think it is for the Roosters with Taryn Aiken out?
Oh, I don't know. No, I think they still got it. They're still such a strong team. Even if she didn't play, even if she doesn't play, they've still got a strong side.
What about Scotty Prince as a coach? He was a great player. Princey, how you find him as a coach?
Oh, Princey's a mad coach. I think his attention to detail with us girls, I think, is really good. It's really cool, actually. He teaches us things that I guess I really didn't know, thinking that I know rugby, but coming into Broncos and having him as a coach, he's very, he pays close attention to small detail, and I think that's part of the reason why we are where we are. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations again, NRLW Rookie of the Year. It is certainly something to be very, very proud of, and we're looking forward to seeing not only the rest of your season, but your future as well in the game.
Thank you.
All right, what a legend, Shalom. She's an absolute legend, and just loving her footy at the moment. It's so good to watch.
Watching Marty Tapau, left-hand carry, that big right-hand fin.
Powerful.
All right, let's get a quick tip, NRLW. Who are we thinking? Knights, Titans?
Knights.
Knight. And I'm thinking Shark.
We're going Sharks up there.
Okay.
They've improved out of sight, the Cowboys, as the year's
very
gone
good.
on. So they'll be tough to beat up there, but I think the Sharks can get them.
Yeah, there you go. Big weekend of NRLW action coming your way as well. But stick around because we're going to be back on the other side of this break for some story time. All right, a big weekend of NRLW action as well. Of course, Saturday afternoon, the Knights and the Titans going head-to-head. And then you can see there later on the Cowboys and the Sharks. Looking forward to both of those matches. But quickly, before we go, a highlight of our trips across the weekend. We were, where were we? Melbourne, Sydney and Canberra.
Well, probably my night out in Melbourne Friday night. Cherry Bar.
Oh, that's a good place. We've been there.
We walked
before.
in and then
We went to
first thing,
Bambi's a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
First thing, AC/DC, Highway to Hell. Just went, this night is going one way.
What about the sticky floor? It's unreal.
In Nebraska.
Freddie, highlight of yours?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Eating ice cream in bed. There you go. Nothing gets better. Thanks for joining us here on Freddy the Eighth. Enjoy the footy over the weekend and we'll catch you again right here next week.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.